Another wild ending at Ford Field has the Lions' playoff hopes on life support. Jared Goff scored on the final play of the game on a lateral from Amon-Ra St. Brown, but an offensive pass interference call, the second of the series against Detroit, negated the touchdown and ended the game. The Lions' offense was virtually lifeless through the first 3 quarters, but a remarkable fourth had them down 5 in position to win the game with 2:05 left, starting at their own 27. Detroit drove down to the Steelers' 9, but that final play that ended with chaos started with a flag on St. Brown. The Lions are now 8-7 this season, losing back-to-back games for the first time in 3 years.
I mean, I don't even want to get into it, because it's not going to change anything. We still lost. It's, look, you think you score, you don't score, and then, you think you're going to have another play, replay it or back it up and one more shot, and it doesn't. And that's just, I guess that's the way it's written in the rule book.
But it doesn't never comes down to one play. It's never just because of that play. There was plenty of plays throughout that game that, we could have made. We had calls go our way too throughout that last drive. So it goes both ways. We just have to execute better.
Those guys have a hard job, and I don't want to make any excuses or anything like that. We've been on the right side of a lot of these. We've been on the wrong side of a lot of these. And I think a few plays prior, the one on Tesla was a little bit more in my head, up for interpretation. But listen, man, they got to make the calls, and I promise you if I was sitting on the other side of that right now, we'd be saying great job.
We weren't able to close it out. At the end of the day, that's on us. We did that. We're the ones who put ourselves in that position where we had to try to score on the last play.
The Steelers gashed the Lions on the ground, running for 230 yards and scoring a pair of 45-yard touchdowns on the ground, with Kenneth Gainwell adding another through the air. The Lions' ground game, it totaled an impossibly lowly 15 yards, the lowest total in the Dan Campbell era.
Obviously, we want to be better in the run game. We don't want to give up those explosive touchdowns in the second half. That sucked. But it's like, I don't know, that the intervention I saw from those refs late in that game, I've never seen 2 offensive PIs to lose a game like that.
They got after us. They rushed for over 200 yards. 15 for us.
I know who we are. I know exactly who we are. I think we've struggled to do it successfully every game, but I know who we are, and I know what we can be. It's just certain games we haven't been firing on all cylinders.
The Lions know the odds and what is up against them now. They need the Packers to lose both of their remaining games, and Detroit needs to win its remaining 2 games. Dan Campbell said the big picture message, that's not what we shared inside the locker room. Instead, he said the message on a short week against Minnesota now is to play 4 complete quarters of football, something this team has not done in quite some time. At Ford Field, Bragg Alley, 7 News Detroit.